Jati neti kula gotra doragam.
Adi Shankaracharya was one of the noblest of Advaita philosophers, a great thinker who was an inspired champion of Hinduism and possibly its most vigorous missionary. Besides his exhaustive and brilliant commentaries on the Upanishads, the Bhagavad Gita, and the Brahma Sutras, Adi Shankaracharya also wrote several introductory texts to the study of Vedanta. Of these, the Viveka Chudamani is the most enlightening, a jewel of perception that is an invaluable guide to the study of Vedanta. The quest in Vedanta is purely subjective. The seeker is intent on discovering his essential identity, the realization of his true self. Who am I? What is the real nature of the being that is continually expressing itself through the body, mind, and intellect in all its worldly interactions, experiencing joy, sorrow, anger, and fear? Swami Chinmayananda leads you towards this realization in his discourses on the Viveka Chudamani.
In studying any science, the early students are first introduced to the various technical terms that the science has to use. Science is compelled to use phrases and words which ordinarily we don't use in the marketplace or in the home. Because the science discovers new factors. Those factors were never known in the world. To indicate those special factors which were never known before, a Namakarana ceremony has to be done. We have to give it a name, a sound symbol. Thus before the 19th century, there was no word atom, because it was never known. Then when we knew the simplest word, portion of or a part of a matter, we wanted a word and therefore they searched, and in Greek language a word has been borrowed and we called atom. In the same way, science as it grows, it discovers new words to communicate among the scientists the exact meaning of what they want to express. Thus language increases, fattens itself as knowledge increases. Just as it is happening in the modern science and technology, in the subjective science, the great Vedantic masters, when they thought over and analyzed and carefully examined the human personality and its reaction to the world outside, they discovered certain factors which were not in the ordinary run of things of the world, and therefore they had to indicate it by special names. Thus, just as in the objective sciences, in the subjective science also, there is a set of new vocabulary. These words and terms are universally the same. Atom, electron, proton, neutron are not changed, though they may be Germans and Russians, of different climes and different cultures, but these technical terms are common. In the same way, Vedanta or the Upanishads have used certain words to indicate specific ideas, fully defined, and nobody can change the definition and find new meaning in these words, and they are universally used, whether you are Dvaitin or Advaitin, or Vishishtadvaitin, whatever be your philosophical vision be, the terms used are the same. These terms are first introduced to the student, so that once they know firmly what these words stand for, thereafter they can swing with efficient self-confidence into the very halls of Shastra, the study of the Upanishads. Such textbooks which prepares you to enter into the Shastra are the elementary textbooks, Prakriya books. Shankara, as a great teacher, when he had already popularized the Advaitic philosophy around the country, he wanted the youngsters to be trained as we train in Sandipani. He wanted to train. Therefore, 4 great ashrams have been opened in 4 parts of the country, in Puri, in Dwaraka, in Sringeri, and in Badri. Not Badri, Joshimath. I mean, 4 ashrams have been built. There the Mandaleshwars were fixed up. Mandal, a group, Mandaleshwar, the leader of the group, who taught them, and the students of the neighborhood came there. And these centers became great yearly camps, spiritual camps, especially during this rainy season, Chaumasa, the 4 months of rain in India. That is a time when the foreign and the agriculturalists have no work. Water is coming down, it is growing up. They have got their leisure, and therefore they come to the ashram and stay there for some time, as much as time as they can, and satsang, they attend satsang and then go away. These 4 ashrams were built up. There, in order to teach these children, Reader 1, Reader 2, Reader 3, thus various textbooks were prescribed by Shankara, Tattva Bodh, Atma Bodh, and Viveka Chudamani. So this text that we are taking here is one of the introductory textbooks that introduce you to the fundamentals of this great science. In fact, the canvas here is so large that Shankara, in an ecstatic mood of his own inner poetry, revels in every idea and explains it so clearly that in fact, if we have mastered Viveka Chudamani, an average man who wants to live the spiritual life need not study the Upanishads. And all the ideas of the Upanishads have been summarized herein, had brought clearly in one context or the other, and everybody, You have all the knowledge of what is the goal to be reached, what is the paths available for it, which of the path will suit me, and why I am not spiritual or not progressing well. Every bit of this science is being given out. All that you have to do at the end of it is start your pilgrimage. The road map is with you. The equipments he has advised, what are the equipments that you must have with you to use en route if necessary. There are pitfalls on the road. All this has been prescribed in this. The Shankara starts this great textbook first of all to give you an idea that this life that you have been given to you as a physical body, though at this moment due to the confusions in your mind, you may think that I don't know why God gave me this chance of a human body. How nice it would have been had I been a buffalo. No political trouble, no economic trouble, no international trouble, no communal trouble. Eat, shit and breed. Full stop. How nice would have been the autobiography. People would think that I am a useless fellow. I am a hopeless one. I am a helpless one single individual. The whole world is so powerful that they are going to crush me. And I have to fight with everybody. I am useless. This is the general idea. Well, once you have got the idea that I am useless, you don't want to strive to reach higher climes. Why should I? What morality, what ethics? Nothing. The whole world is an unjust thing. Everybody is crushing me, and there is only injustice everywhere. There is nothing satya or dharma or shastra, nothing. Everything, who cares for it? If there is a God, let him remain there. When I meet him, we will discuss the matter. Now at this moment I live what? A four-legged animal's attitude. So first of all, he makes you understand that how rare is this wonderful chance you got as a human being. Among all the living beings in the surface of the globe, living beings, plant, animal and human. If you add all the plants, all the animals including mosquitoes, count them, the total population of it, and then you take the population of human beings is not even 0.02% of the total living beings. Of these two small little percentage of human beings, majority are animal life. And very few reach Siddhabari. They can't understand anything higher. All they want is only to earn some more money, some more money, some more money. Harsha Mehta. Crores. Loot, plunder, steal, never mind. This is what everybody. So then, those who have got that humane quality, kindness, tolerance, mercy, goodness, and even then, how few are able to consistently live the spiritual life. Even among those who are able to consistently live the spiritual life, how many have got the knowledge of why they are doing it? Very many of us who do puja every day, and read Ramayana every day, and read Gita every day. Why? Don't ask me. My grandmother told me to do it and I am doing it. But that's all that you know. Your intellect is not involved in it. Even all these things, how few among them really finally realize the higher state of consciousness. That is a rare chance. Rare chance is the human being, and among the human beings to be humane, and also also to come under the wings of a teacher. All these are indeed very rare, he indicates. Thereafter he starts indicating the qualities that a student must cultivate in himself to become a perfect student, to receive this knowledge, this psychological and intellectual adjustments in himself. He explains what are the qualifications necessary for a teacher. The teacher must have knowledge of the textbook, or else he will have no vocabulary to communicate. He may have the experience of the higher, but he becomes a Mauli Swami because he cannot express it. There are no words. Mere book knowledge is not sufficient. You can only become a professor of the university. Plenty of words, but no experience. You must have experience also. Shrotriyam Brahmanishta. This is not sufficient. A teacher must have an ocean of compassion for the student, or else he becomes impatient. And he kicks them and says, "Get out, you rascal, you are an animal, you are useless, you are..." So that the fellow, even if he goes out, he can't forget. The Guru told me that I am useless, so I must be useless. Psychologically. Mistakes we all make. After all, we came from the outer world, the vulgar life of the world outside, and lived it for 20, 30 years. How do you think that overnight it will be changed? But to become a victim of those wrong tendencies, in the beginning he will do. Correct them. Forgive them. See whether any chances. But when you find that he cannot change because he has got a tail and two horns, then you just and make him go out of the ashram, because cows are not allowed here in the house. You understand? You try your level best. But if it is a terminal case, even in medicine, what do? Call the relations and say, take it. Let him die peacefully at home. Why here? You understand? So these qualifications are necessary. Then, when there's a perfect teacher and a perfect student, as perfect as he can, they come together. This study is a communication between the two. It's not that the teacher is great, therefore I am great. No. The student is perfect, therefore, no. The perfect student and the perfect teacher must come together, and they must create a harmony between them. And those qualities, a harmony between them. And the student serves the teacher for some time. This is a time for the teacher to watch the student and classify him, whether he is sattvic, rajasic or tamasic, whether he is a sensuous man or he is a very wise man, very intelligent or dull, mediocre. He has to check up the student, understand something about his past, that he is a product of those circumstances, studies and ideas. He may be belonging to a family of the Rigveda or Yajurveda, Samaveda, Atharvana Veda. Then you can understand the climate, the emotional and intellectual climate from which the boy is coming. One is a university educated guy. He has no interest in spirituality. He is only materialistic. Another is a secular. Another is a politician. These are different types of people. You have to approach them differently. The teacher thus studies deeply the student. The student also is highly intelligent. He prostrates, but his eyes are on what he is doing. See? And the teacher, students generally try to tease the teacher. A very subtle way. Then watch the reaction. Does he get angry? Does he bawl out? After howling, how long does it take for him to come down to normal condition? When he comes to normal condition, is there any difference in him or not? The student also watches. And the student, if he sees that he is useless, he says, Namaste. Last namaskar, he goes away. He has got freedom to go. So that all of you understand, you got freedom to go. Don't think that, Ayyo Swamiji, after coming, how can I go? No! You have every right to go. The moment you say that the teacher is not the right type that I want, walk out. Similarly, the teacher also has got the freedom. If you see that the stuff is not, the raw material is no good, and I can't work on him, namaste, ghar jao. Even railway fare is given to get rid of him. You know, that's all. You understand? Thus, when they meet together, the teacher and the student have become harmonious in their mind. Love and respect and reverence of the student towards the teacher, and the teacher also appreciates the student, and thus in that atmosphere of mutual appreciation, a harmony is maintained between the teacher and the taught. And then the teacher says, yes. And it is the student who must start asking questions, not the teacher. Teacher has no doubts. He is sure he is living the higher state of consciousness, the Om state of consciousness. We are living conditioned by the body, mind and intellect, the BMI. Therefore, we have got confusion because we are seeing the plurality all the time. And we are prompted by our lust and greed and passions. We are goaded at all times, the endless desires. And we constantly keep on running after the world of objects, emotions and thoughts, OET, to acquire, to possess, to indulge, to embrace, to indulge, to enjoy the objects outside. This is where we are. The teacher has no doubts about it. He is in a higher state of consciousness, experiencing perfect peace, perfect contentment, perfect beatitude. So the teacher has no doubt. When you as a patient goes to a doctor for consultation, it's not the doctor who has got the tummy pain, it is you. The doctor, out of his kindness, come, sit down, yes, what can I do for you? And you say, no, just I came to see you. Then you say that, no, oh, you have seen me, seeing me, I see. No, you have seen the front. Do you want to see my back? That is why a girl is there always sitting outside. First consultation fee you pay, and then you come to the consultation room, because the paisa has already come. Now you can go, namaste. Because he has no pain. It is the patient who must explain what he is suffering from. Similarly, it is the client who must explain to the lawyer what is his problem. The lawyer has no problem. In all other professions, go to an architect, go to even a barber. You have to say that, cut to the hair. And if you don't really explain what you want, at the end of it, you start wondering. All that the barber can say is, in a month's time, it will be all right. What else can you do? He can't put hair now. Gone. Cut and gone. I understood that way. So you have to, it is for you to say what you're going and shopping. You tell the shopkeeper, what do you want? Except in the Swamis. Ayya. They don't consider it as a profit. They're just walking. Hari-om, Hari-om. What can I do for you? Nahi Swamiji, darshan ke liye aaya. Darshan. Meaning to watch. So then you continue your work. Swami, hum gaya tha. One day he was working only and he was not talking to me. Why should I talk to you? For what? I have nothing. I don't know you. So then I try, generally in a swinging chair, so that you can see all sides of me. So show you front and then right side and then left side and all the time I do my work. So it is for you, jnatavyam atmanah. You must ask him. Ask him what? Swamiji, did you marry? No. Really? Why? I have got a father, mother, brothers, sisters, property, land. Oh, me. These are not the things to be asked. You don't go to a doctor and ask all these things. But there you pay and therefore you don't ask. Here it is free and therefore. So Swami is sitting on the roadside. Hare, Swamiji, Namaste. Bum hai? Bang hai? You understand? They don't know. But हाथ देखने के लिए आते हैं. मेरे बच्चे का क्या होगा, एग्जाम में पास हो जाएगा कि नहीं? आपका मुंह से कहो बस. Think you are misusing and abusing. Then what am I to ask? The sample is given. Verse 49.
को नाम बंध कथमेषा गतः कथं प्रतिष्ठास्य कथं विमोक्षः
को सावनात्मा
परमः कात्मा तयोर्विवेक कथमेतदुच्यताम्.
7 questions Shankara himself prescribed to you because you don't know anything. What are the type of questions you must ask? 7 type of questions. Ko nama bandha. What do you mean by bondage of your personality? And so that liberation. What is a bondage? Kadamesha agda. How did this bondage come to my personality? My inner personality. Conditioned at all times by the demands of the body, the mind, the intellect. And I am always crammed by it. I have no freedom. I can't say no to my body, nor to my mind. Everything, everybody is ordering me and tyrannizing over me. What is this bandhan? How did I come into this grasp of crushing grasp of these demands, endless demands of the flesh, of the mind, of the intellect and intellectual ambitions? Katham pratisthasya. How is it continuing? I was like that suffering in the youth, in the childhood, and now in the youth. In middle age also I am suffering. Old age also the same thing. How does it continue with me? Pursuing me wherever I go. Katham vimoksha. How can I liberate myself? Again, your teacher, you told me that Atman, the self, the spirit, and that which is not spirit. Atman and Anatman. The world of matter and the world of the spirit. You are at this moment, you explained that we are caught up in the world, in the web of matter. How am I to release from them and come to realize the Atman, the self? So what all constitute the world of matter? Who are these persecutors around me, whipping me from morning till evening, every day of my life, perhaps till I die? Who are these persecutors? How am I to get out of it? Who is that? What is that state where all these persecutors are wiped away? These 7 questions, please answer. These 7 questions. Answers to these 7 questions is the entire textbook. So the student teacher starts what? The world of not self, matter around each one. We are not interested in matter around the world. Millions and millions of miles of the universe, all these are matter. They do not affect you. What affects you is the matter around. The universe of matter doesn't matter. Let it be there. What does it matter to me? But the matter around it. Who persecutes me constantly? So then he explained the gross body. And this gross body of your sense organs of perception and action is supported by, prompted by, enlivened by the subtle body, the mind and intellect, your emotions and thoughts, is called the subtle body. That was also explained in the first camp, and he was in the midst of expounding the causal body, the cause why my body, mind and intellect is behaving in a certain way. Why is it that you are all human beings and not buffaloes? If you are buffaloes, you will not be in this hall, you will be in the cowshed. See? You will be more useful to the society because you will be giving some milk in some time. Why is it that you are a human being? Why is it that I am a woman? Why is it that I am a human being, man? How is it that I am a dull fellow? How is it the other fellow is very successful? I don't want to do any work. Wait. An average man will say that it's all because of that old man above the clouds. What? Mr. G-O-D. God. God gave me this, what can I do? Why is it I got polio and others have not got? Why is it that my eyesight is dimmer, others are bright? 100 questions you can ask. Why is it that I am not able to hear properly while others are able? Why? 100 why? And until at last you get so confused that you say the shadow, the whole thing is that God is a terrible guy. Let me meet him, I will tell him a few things and explain to him that he can create a better world if you consult me. This is how you generally conclude. What is the cause? The cause of what you are today is your own past. Everyone, every single individual is the effect of his entire past. I am not a doctor or an engineer, not by accident. It's a fact in life. I cannot be a doctor or engineer. Why? In the past, I did not study it. Full stop. That is all. It's not that God never gave me a chance. Did you ask for the chance? No, I didn't ask for the chance, but God should have given me. What to do, Swamiji? I'm a drunkard. God made you drunkard. So that you came from the mother's womb and asking mother, a glass and ice. Mom, a glass of ice. By bottle I haven't got it. And I am a drunkard. And everybody asks me, every time they meet me, "Arey yaar, sharm nahi aate?" Whenever I see you, you have got a bottle in your hand. Why? The drunkard can only explain that all the time I can't put it in my mouth. Therefore I put it in the hand. Why am I drunkard? I cannot be today a drunkard unless in the past, every evening, I was doing the sadhana necessary for it, and thus this drinking puja siddhi ho gaya abhi. I can't live and think anything else except drinking in the evening. Everything. Thus, the past recorded in us as tendencies. To express that tendency, we have taken up this physical form with this quality of mind and intellect, and has presented ourselves not in a slum area, but in a decent house. The environment also ordered by the past, in order that you may exhaust. This causal body is being explained, and that is where we stop. 116th verse. Now will you read another thing? I hear that 4 more verses are there in Swadhyaya. Therefore, tonight, after my class, those who feel sleepy are allowed to sleep here, not in the room, here. Those 4 verses also will be read here. Those 4 verses. So that you can sleep with the innocence of a baby, that I have done all that is to be done. What a kritakrityata. Total content. Satisfaction. And I too can sleep there. That even though I requested, you people did not do it, and that sort of a feeling, a bad feeling, I can remove it from my mind. They are doing it, okay? 4 verses, doesn't take more than half an hour, no, 1 hour, 2 hours.
15 minutes. 15, 20 minutes.
Oh, you read every, the alphabets also, or words? That is all. Read 117. Wait. 116. All right, 117. Okay, doesn't matter. We go back. It was said, these causal body, it is very subtle, unmanifest, as the picture of the composition that is in the artist's mind is subtle, unmanifest to all of us, and he with this brush is trying to make it manifest. And as it is manifested, you all open your mouth. Ah, so beautiful. The author has got the ideas in it. He is trying to communicate to you in grosser form is the book written. The architect has got the picture of the house that is to be built. And he plans it. Even when you see the plan, you can't understand what is in his mind until the house is built. Then you realize that your father and your grandfather cannot live in that house. And you can also live only another 20 years. Because from every room to the other room there are steps. You go down to the kitchen, you come up to the dining room, and you go to the bathroom, you go up. And that is the best. When it is come out in bricks and in a building form, then you and I understand, how nicely he has built. But when it was in his mind, you can't. Even the plan, you can't understand. Think? Same thing, the teacher. The vasanas in every one of us, the tendencies in every one of us, is really subtle. And we come to know them only when they start exploding and expressing in our intellect as ideas and desires, in the mind as agitations of the mind. The quality of our thoughts is a manifestation of the vasanas. The great psychologists in our Vedic Shastra analyzed these types of thoughts arising in our minds, classified them under three main heads. They gave technical names for them: sattvic, rajasic, and tamasic thoughts. Thoughts arising in us expressed at the body level is called actions. And therefore a tamasic man will tamasic actions, rajasic man rajasic actions, sattvic man sattvic actions. All these three are called the three gunas. Quality. Good, bad and indifferent. The teacher was trying to expound all the three. That in rajasic quality, the mind is extremely agitated, full of ambition, and go day and night thinking about it, that you can't even get sleep because you are dreaming of what you want to do, how to cheat others, how to get that money also and wealth. Extreme agitation. When tamas is functioning, it functions in the intellect mainly. That the mind, the intellect is not able to discriminate, judge correctly. Thus, non-apprehension. The intellect is meant to apprehend things, to understand things correctly. The intellect gets more and more veiled by tamas, and when the tamas comes, your intellectual capacity is diminished. That is why I have to turn that way. And then you explain, the other man explains. Yes. Now, shall we discuss tomorrow? Why? I'm too tired. Meaning, even though he's a bright, brilliant, intellectual man, when the sleep comes, he becomes down. He can't understand 2 plus 2 is 4. Great mathematician. 2 plus 2 is 6. Tamas. When the intellect cannot recognize things as they are, the mind projects. This trick of the human mind is universal. Hindus and Christians and Muslims and Buddhists, all. White skin, black skin, brown skin, what is that, yellow skin. Universal. Whenever our intellect cannot recognize a thing as it is, the mind projects. Hey, yesterday in the party, Mr. Tandon was with you? Yes, yes. You know him? I know him. How is he? That I don't know. What? I know him in the parties, I meet him, but how he is, I don't know. But I think. You yourself say, I don't know him, but I think he's a big cheat. How do you know? Hey, don't ask me that way. I don't know him, I told you, but I think. When you don't know, how can you think? This is right. I don't know him, but I think. The mind projects that he is a cheat. And your mind can always project only that he is a cheat. It cannot project that he must be a good man. Why? In your mind there is no goodness. It's only cheat. So you project what in your mind. This is constantly. When the rope is not seen as the rope in the dusk, you misunderstand it's a snake. The snake came not from the rope. The snake came from the non-apprehension of the rope. So the non-apprehension of the intellect creates misapprehensions of the mind. This non-apprehension is created because of the tamas in you. Misapprehensions come out of the tamas. That is why when you have taken 4 or 5 drinks and then drive, you start seeing things which are not in front of you. And you go and hit a tree. Then we all come around and say, "Kya ho gaya?" I screamed to the tree, "Move, move!" The fellow will not move. He was coming towards me. Until at last I hit him. Why? Non-apprehension. Therefore misapprehension. So the tree must move because my car is coming. Everywhere. So the tamas creates veiling of the intellect, avarana of the intellect. And the rajas creates vikshepa in the mind, agitations of the mind, projections of the mind. When these two are reduced in our composition of personality, when rajas and tamas are reduced, sattva increases. Sattva is the noblest mood of the mind, creative pause, whether all of the thoughts are quieted and the mind is in an extremely inspiring state. So the teacher is saying sattva gunas, qualities.
Sattvam vishuddham jalavat tathapi.
Sattvam vishuddham jalavat tathapi.
Tabhyam militva saranaya kalpate. Yatratma bimba pratibhimbita san. Prakashayatyarka ivakhilam jadam.
Sattvam vishuddham. When the sattva, sattvic quality noble in you is vishuddham, visheshena shuddham, when purified. Purified means rajas and tamas have been eliminated. To the extent these agitations of the mind and the tamas, the dullness of the intellect is removed, to that extent sattva predominates in our personality. And when tamas and rajas are milinam, is mixed up in it, it has, that individual has no brightness of that. He is dull intellectually, he is an animal like him, he can't have the sensitive sentiments and emotions in him. All that he can do is how to acquire more and more. He is a dull man. Sattvam vishuddham jalavat tadhavi, as water. Water is always pure. Dirty water is possible. But the dirty water is only dirt mixed in water. If you can remove the dirt, pure distilled water can be got from every sample of water. Even sewerage water is water, pure, mixed with filth. And if we can filter it away, pure distilled water can be gained out. Water never mixes up with other things chemically. It is always pure. Purifying Ganga means what? Cleaning Ganga. Ganga need not be cleaned, it is always clean. You and I put our dirt and filth into it, and therefore it becomes dirty. Stop dirtying it, Ganges will become purified by herself. Because the fresh water is coming, will push off these dirty waters, and it becomes pure. Jalavat tadhavi. So like water, when a sample of water in a bucket, when it is mixed with mud and shaken, the sun reflected in it will be broken down and dim. When the mud is removed, clear water, and it is well protected that it is not shaking, the reflection of the sun is as bright as the sun in the bucket. In the same way, in the bucket of your body are the thoughts. The thoughts, when it is mixed up with tamas and rajas, the reflection of the consciousness in it is very dim. Dull. Even if you say anything, he can't understand. Even he understands it ulta. As though he has not heard. Old people generally do it, because theirs is only because they can't hear it properly. Granddaughter, हाँ, गौरी का शादी है, शादी, हाँ, बारिश तो होनी है. He understands something is in his mind. Therefore, you stop talking to grandpapa. What else can you do? Because you can't understand. Similarly, young people are also there. You explain Vedanta, and in the discussion group, you must hear how they have understood what the Swami said. And they are sure Swami said it. Poor Swami. When mixed with tamas and rajas, that sattvic brightness is not there. Now, tabhyam militva sharanaya kalpate. When it is mixed up with rajas and tamas, the individual is dull and he goes from body to body because he collects more and more vasanas. The old vasanas are not exhausted, new vasanas are created, dirty mind in order to live through the cause effects of those again and again. You saranaya kalpati. Etratma bimba pradibimbita san. The light of the consciousness, the Atman, the self, reflected in the mind and intellect is the individuality, the conscious entity in you, conscious of your own thoughts, is you. If I change your thoughts, make you angry, you become an angry man. Make you happy, happy man. As the thoughts, so the man. You are conscious of the thoughts. The light of consciousness reflected in the thoughts is the individuality, the ego, the entity, you. So when the sattva, rajas and tamas are reduced in you, that is why all sadhanas, reading the scripture, doing your puja, doing your japa, what is it for? Going to the church and the mosque and the temple and the Gurudwara and all that, for what? To quieten. Quieter the mind, more sparkling is the light of truth through you. Charanaya kalpati. Prakashayatyarkaiva akhilam jadam. All this that you and I say that I am conscious of my body, mind and intellect. You, every one of you is conscious of the objects, emotions and thoughts around you. You are conscious within, you are conscious outside. What do you mean by you are conscious of? The light of consciousness, conditioned by the mind and intellect, is that which is perceiving. The consciousness is not illumining all these, because these are not there in the consciousness. In the sun there are no objects. All objects are illuminated by the sun's light. Similarly, the infinite consciousness which is in you all, the touch of life in every one of you, the Lord in your heart, His glory, His Chaitanya, His light, reflected in your thoughts, is that which is the light in which you become conscious of everything. That is why a laboratory, the research scholar needs a quiet place. Library, silence, silence, silence. Why? If others talk, then your mind becomes disturbed. When the mind is disturbed, your ability to consistently think is gone. Rishis and masters go to a quiet place. We could do these camps in Bombay also, in Amritsar also. Vedanta Sunya. Any gun, terrorists are coming this way. When your mind is agitated, you cannot. In the cities and others, there again, mind is agitated. When you have left that place and came all the way here, possible that you can keep quiet, saying that everything will be all right, let me listen to it. Mind is quiet. Then you understand better. But those who are here also, always hanging on to the nearest phone, they are people who are sitting for meditation with chewing gum in the mouth. Neither can you enjoy the chewing gum, nor can you enjoy the meditation. Sharanaya kalpate. Prakashayatarkaiva akhilam jadam. All these inert things, because the world of matter is inert. That you know already. They by themselves have no consciousness of their own, nor can they move. The chair in which I am sitting down is inert. It is matter. It has neither the ability to move about, nor has it is conscious of what I am talking. It's inert. The world of matter, conditioned by time and space, the Einsteinian world of matter, is all inert and insentient. They get the enlivened by the touch of consciousness. They not only become enlivened, but they become conscious of. So the man who is sitting on the chair is both dynamic and conscious. The chair is inert. This dynamic and conscious individuality is being analyzed now. In him are the gross, subtle and the causal bodies. All of them are inert and insentient. And yet they seem to be moving about because of the presence of consciousness. Life. Once the life is gone, even the weightlifter champion, everybody will have to lift him. He cannot lift anything. Finished. He is capable of doing it because the life is in him. So your physical health or physical vitality, your emotional nature, or your intellectual abilities are all derived from him, enlivened by him. Everything functions. And when the mind is clouded with tamas and rajas, the light that is reflected through the mind is dim, not able to judge properly things outside or things higher. And when the mind is quieter and quieter, the light that comes out of it becomes brighter and brighter. And in that brighter light you become more aware of the world around you. The situations that you are facing, the decisions of the point, how to meet those have become clear. Sharanaya kalpate. Mishrasya sattvasya.
Mishrasya sattvasya bhavanti dharmastu. Bhavanti dharmastu amanitadya niyamaya madhyaha. Nitadya niyamaya madhyaha. Shraddha cha bhaktischa mumukshhuta cha. Mumukshhuta cha daivi cha sampattirasannivrittihi.
So a true seeker, a spiritual student, one who is cultured, one who is striving to live a higher life, his inner personality is Mishrasya Sattvam. He has got predominantly sattvic, let us say 80%, and don't say it to anybody. It is between us, private. 80% sattva, and 20% a little. Tamas also is there, rajas also is there. Not that, not there, but 80%. In such a bosom, amanitvam adambhitvam asimcha khandhyadgavam acharyopasanam shaucham ityadi gunas that Gita pronounces. Niyama yamadhyaha, niyama and yama, yama, ethical and moral values, automatically comes in. Those who have not got it, they got more tamas and more rajas. They say, what yama, what niyama. These are old things. I live as I like. I'm a free bird. Under the Constitution, I've got every right to destroy everybody. I will do it. Why? Tamas and rajas are too much. He is not conscious of it. When a wild bull is coming towards you on the road, you can't stand there and say, Paramatman, the same Atman in me and in you. He knew it. He is prompted by his anger or his pain and he is coming. So all that you do is you move a little. The fellow can't change immediately the direction. He goes on. See? What else can? Similarly, there are people in this world also, like that bull, come angry. Don't tell him at that time, thou art God. Atman is one. Atman is one. Take a stick. That only Shastra it will understand. And then it will turn a little, 1 degree in angle. It goes safely. Therefore, not to take up weapons is not Hinduism. All our gods are wearing weapons from morning till evening. Sri Ramchandraji, when the photographer came for a domestic home photo, he stood, then suddenly he said, stop it. He ran and brought the bow and the arrow. You see, every god, goddesses has got, more hands to carry more weapons because of different designs. And the Hindus forgot all that. And they, no weapon, weapon should not be. That Buddhism came and destroyed a philosophy, a wrong philosophy. That doesn't mean that I must go to the neighboring country and loot them. No. But when they come with weapon, meet them weapon to weapon. Because they can't understand any other language. What can you do? In Andhra Pradesh, 3 old ladies came to me. After Pada Puja and all that, they both then sat down and started talking to me. And Andhra language, Telugu language is very fast. Even Telugu people cannot understand what the other Telugu man is talking. Very fast. And these ladies they knew that a very limited time they have got, so all the 3 had to talk to me, and therefore 3 together. At a fast rate he was talking. Now I can't understand a word of that language. So I closed my eyes, because a Swami can always close the eyes. Close the eyes. When they, in utter suffocation, when they stopped for the next breathing, I started Malayalam, which is also not bad. It is also a fast one. And since they don't understand, I can make any noise, it will be Malayalam. I started talking Malayalam continuously, another 3 minutes, and I opened my eyes. The ladies were not there. I said what I want to say, they said what they want to say, but we never understood each other because of language. So that a foolish man comes there with aggressively. Passivity is not the answer. You also meet them aggressively. When the aggressive good and meets aggressive bad, aggressive good alone wins. Satyameva jayate na anratam. When you say, it is not that passive goodness. That is the rishis are passive. So long as they were passive, the people from Lenga was, Ravana's people were coming and destroying them. When Rama came there and stood with the bow and arrow ready, became an acharya. Just we came to see the yajna, returned. So aggressive goodness, Rama, when we meet equally aggressive Ravana, Rama alone wins, not Ravana. So here, when these mixed, yes, when your personality is mixed with a lot of sattva, but not without at all, tamas and rajas, but a little rajas and tamas. That is called a spiritual student. And in him all the noble virtues arise up. Shraddha cha bhaktischa, Shraddha and bhakti. Clear understanding of the scripture, Shraddha. And bhakti, devotion to the Lord. Mumukshadacha, burning aspiration to realize the highest. Devi cha sambati. Devi sambati is Shama, Dhamma, Paladi, Viveksha, Shraddha. Dangerous to teach all these together. Are you feeling heaviness in the head? Asat nivrtihi. And that, such an individual, asat, the non-real, that is the world of matter, nivritti. You move away from them. They are no more persecuting you. An individual becomes more and more spiritualized. Asat nivrtihi. Introduction took some time, never mind. Vishuddha sattvasya guna prasada. Okay.